Dun dun. Oh, dun dun. This one.
Yeah.
Dun dun. Woo!
Why do you always act like it's the first time we've done something?
Because I always get confused. Anyway. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Cemetery Mary stream. Previously, if you missed the last one, I think it's still up. I think. If not, you could always check out our YouTube. But basically, I snuck into a nursing home. Retirement home. Is there a difference?
Yes.
Oh, my bad. Anyway, and I don't want to say I accidentally ended up killing someone because I didn't. But the guy I was talking to and befriended, our dear friend Ed, died. Yeah. Kind of crazy. Someone's killing old people, apparently? Question mark? So anyway, let's hop into it. Wait. Wait. This game contains themes and depictions of the following: stalking, kidnapping, strong language, mild drugs, alcohol, and smoking, blood, murder, suicide, flashing images, and potentially loud noises.
Discretion is advised.
Oh, okay. Alright, here we go. This one. And the next thing I knew, I don't remember what happened. Let me go back.
She's about to fall asleep in the graveyard.
Oh, yeah! And the next thing I knew, I was waking up on the ground of an unfamiliar place. Cool. Is it quiet? Or is it okay to you? Is it fine?
Quiet.
It's a little quiet. Should I switch to the thing?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know how to do that. Technological difficulties. Technological difficulties.
It's not changing at all.
Maybe can you just mess with that thing, or does that not work? Yeah, that one.
Is that where it's supposed to be?
I mean, it's fine. It's just the background music. It just seems quieter than normal. That's all.
Yeah, but it's like barely audible on the stream.
Oh. Well... I mean, I guess just turn that up. For now.
I don't think this will change the stream.
It got louder. On our end.
Now I can hear it. Is it too loud for you, though?
No, I'm fine.
Alright.
Alright, back in we go. Freaking computer, technological difficulties. Alright, back in we go. So she woke up in a random place, not where I fell asleep at all. I picked myself up off the ground and looked around. Everything seemed strange. There was a faint green glow all around. I can see that. The air felt foggy and moist.
This is why I wish we had people actually watching
To tell us. In front of me was a house that looked similar to a cabin, but it wasn't the cabin, was it? I had no clue where it was. What do I do? Look around. I looked around me. Except for the house, I could see nothing in the distance. There was no other buildings. There was no trees either. or people. It was almost uncomfortable how empty it felt. We could take a big whiff. Does it smell like outside? I took a big whiff of it to smell my surroundings. There is the faint smell of lilies coming from all directions. But those are roses. It was funny. You can laugh. Okay.
Yeah, but wasn't his wife's favorite flower lilies or something like that?
Did he say that?
Because when we talked about bringing flowers to her.
Oh, maybe. Though I didn't see any. Does that mean whatever flowers get left are like the smell that you get to smell when you're dead?
Apparently Sunny gets the teddy bear that we got her.
Feel. The grass felt like soft carpet. Rocks in the wood of the house felt artificial, almost plastic-like. Silence. Alright, well, we're gonna knock on the stranger's door. Hopefully, nothing bad happens.
It's either gonna be Ed and his wife, or Ed.
Well, I suppose there's not much else I can do. I climbed the porch and walked up to the door. Standing in front of it, I politely knocked, waiting to see if there was someone inside. I didn't hear anything, so I knocked again, a little louder this time. I heard something coming. Then the door squeaked, and the handle slowly turned. Shouldn't it turn then squeak?
Technically, I
Yeah,
guess.
see? Okay. And what answered was... Ed! He looks the same, though. If
Yeah,
this is the
everyone looked
afterlife, can you not pick what you get to look like?
Everyone looked like what they were
When they were died?
Yeah.
Ah, dang.
At least everyone we've encountered. Well, we don't know about the violin lady.
Yeah, well, they don't know about that. They don't know.
Yes, they do. They've watched our videos.
If they watch the videos, then they know. Anyway, you're Ed, so go on.
Well, hey there.
You're trying to figure, you're like, I could tell you were like, wait, what do I go with? Ed, is that really you?
I don't know who else it would be.
I'm so glad. I gave Ed a big hug as he invited me inside. I was so pleasantly surprised. I thought it said I was so pleased. He led me into the kitchen area and offered me some refreshments. They have like lemonade in the afterlife? I politely declined and pulled up a stool to talk to him. That's true, you probably shouldn't eat anything, just in case. What if you get stuck? Because the Ed that I know is... I'm very happy to see you, you know? But how is this possible?
How do you mean?
Well, you died.
Died? Oh yes, I suppose that did happen. I nearly forgot. Actually, that's curious then. Because how did you get here if I'm dead?
I don't know, which is true. I have no idea how this is happening, but it's happening. I just woke up here.
Alright then. Hope you enjoyed your stay. If you're here long enough, my wife should be back any minute. You could say hi.
Do they have grocery stores in the afterlife? Is that what's... Capitalism is everywhere.
That or she visits
somebody else.
someone else.
Maybe.
Maybe everyone lives in their own little bubbles, but they can
that's
visit people.
cool. That would be really cool, actually. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go visit Stephanie. And then you just float on over and it's like Disneyland or something. That would be pretty cool. Your wife? She's here too? I'm so glad you could see her again.
Oh. No, you don't like addressing the other...
I don't know if I'm
version.
supposed to, in case people haven't seen it.
Well, we've already told them that.
I guess. Okay, we'll just act like you've seen it.
Well, Sunny specifically adventured from place to place on her little boat.
Oh, yeah, boat bed. Does that mean you have to take a river everywhere? See, so many questions. So many questions.
And that's why she's like, everyone just calls me
Sunny.
Well, no, her name was Sunny. Everyone called her like Sunshine or something.
That kind of sucks though, because like if I figured you get to choose, I thought the violinist lady said she got to choose what she looked like.
I don't think.
No.
She ever
I
said
feel like I'd
anything about
rather
it.
like, because like if you're stuck physically in the body you died in, that would kind of suck for some people.
Oh, but he might. I mean, technically, that's what you were used to when you.
I guess. Okay, go ahead.
Me too. Funny thing is, I'm pretty sure she knows you too.
She does? Had I ever met her before then?
Not sure. But she says a red-headed girl brings her flowers a lot. And you're the only redhead girl I know that's not the family.
That's right, he does know a lot of redheads. Really? That's... Hey, while I'm here, can I ask you something? If that's okay.
I don't see why not.
How exactly did you die?
Well, beats me.
I was gonna say, he just ate food.
1 second I was eating lunch with you there. Then I started coughing. Things were pretty dark for a while. And before I knew it, I was here. It's also always possibly a thing that right now he's just only able to manifest what he was currently available to use.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, maybe, depending on how long he's been in a wheelchair, maybe he doesn't remember how to walk? Or the sensation? Anyway.
Sitting in a cozy chair and feeling right as peach.
Really? Just like that? What, was it painful?
Yeah, maybe a little. But not for too long. I just remember my lunch tasting a little different. Maybe it was spoiled? Then I just couldn't breathe. Probably started choking from eating too fast.
No, Ed, you were poisoned. But would choking cause him to cough up blood like that? No, we already know he was poisoned. I see. And that's all you remember?
How did it taste different?
Almonds. Sweetness?
Garlic.
Like antifreeze? Wait, what's garlic have anything to do?
Arsenic?
What was I thinking with almonds?
Cyanide.
Oh, okay.
People are watching like, why do they know all
Don't
these
worry
things?
about it. Anyway, go ahead.
Can't say there was much else.
Thank you. Even a little information helps a lot.
Helps in what?
I'm an investigator, Ed. I am a detective. Surprise.
Psychic.
There's so many TV shows about me. Actually, I can only think of one psychic detective TV show. Except for maybe Nancy Drew. I don't know. I haven't ever watched it. Everyone's like, Henry, you should watch Nancy Drew. The CW one. I'm pretty sure she sees ghosts. Yeah. This is CW. Yeah.
Like, I read a number of the Hardy Boys and
I
Nancy
was
Drew
like,
is
there are no
basically the
ghosts.
same.
No, yeah, I'm pretty sure she sees dead people. Anyway. Don't worry about it. Besides, I don't think you really have much to worry about if you're here. Yeah, you're already dead.
Well, I suppose that's true. Sure you don't want anything while we're here? We stocked the fridge. Go on, help yourself.
Oh, well, if you insist, I suppose. No, Mary, don't eat the food. Thank you very much, then. Don't eat it. I got up from the stool. Not school. I got up from the stool and walked towards the fridge. That's kind of weird, isn't it? I didn't think dead people would need to eat.
People like eating, though.
People do like eating. I opened the fridge and looked inside. It was stocked with like a regular fridge would be. Though I can't say I recognize many of the brands here. But
old-timey brands.
I don't think that belongs in the fridge. What is it? Because that's...
Mary?
What? I want to know what's in the fridge! Okay. I jumped to my feet as soon as I heard my name being called. The sound of Reginald's voice had jolted me awake. So, what was... Wait, so was that just...
Oh, thank goodness you're okay. I saw you lying on the ground, and I was worried something had happened to you.
That makes sense, I guess. It's weird to be sleeping in a cemetery.
I don't think a cemetery is a very good place to take a nap, you know?
I don't know. A nap? Then, was
Reginald's
that all
in the
dream?
cemetery a lot.
I know, because isn't that where we were supposed to meet him if we wanted to go down his path?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why. Weirdo.
That why Mary knows him? Does he work at the funeral home?
Does he work at the funeral home? Because that would no longer be suspicious then. And if he was looking at books about, like, embalming. Anyway, was that a dream?
Because the only thing we know about Reginald so far, really, is that we met him during a funeral.
Yeah. And I always assumed that meant he was there as a participant, I guess, not as a worker. But anyway.
But he seems to always take his lunch breaks in the cemetery.
Yeah.
So maybe he does.
Maybe he's some kind of... Anyway. Was that a dream? But Ed, and the way he spoke, I couldn't have made all that up, could I? What's in the fridge, Mary? Tell me! Reginald? What are you doing here?
Oh, that's right. I never told you, did I? I'm a
Oh! Interesting. I would not have pegged him as someone who uses, like, a skill, like carpentry. That's carpentry, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I would not have pegged him as someone like that. I totally would have thought he's more of, like, a medical or something, or science kind of career path, you know? But, interesting. Coffins are expensive.
Yeah.
Oh, good for
well,
him.
he is a fancy boy.
Yeah.
And, well, I've actually got business with someone who works here.
Oh, you make coffins? That's actually pretty... What? Before I knew it, someone from behind me harshly gripped my shoulder.
Or Twyla told us not to talk to Reginald.
Oh,
why? If it isn't Twyla.
Hello, Reginald. Huh? Oh, hi, you're kind of hurting me. What's going on here?
Oh, you're friends with Mary, too. How lovely. You know, Twy, dear, I haven't seen you at the library in quite some time. Did you stop working there? You should have told me. I look for you when I go in, you know?
Reginald.
I was worried something terrible might have happened to you.
Uh-huh. Well, it was nice to see you, Reginald. But Mary and I have got to get going. We do?
Ah, is that so?
Yes. We're already off schedule, so it's best we leave immediately. We are?
Oh, alright. Perhaps I'll see you later then.
Maybe. Goodbye. Twilight practically dragged me out of the cemetery. I felt really bad since I wasn't able to say goodbye to Reginald first. Once we were out past the gate, Twyla gave me a smack on the back of my head. The heck? Okay, we don't use violence, Twyla. We use our words. Ow! Why'd you do that? What were you doing with him back there? Huh? What do you mean? Didn't I tell you he was suspicious before? I don't understand. He's higher on my suspect list than... Wait, he's higher on my suspect list now than ever now. I don't like that wording. I wanted to switch the now around. Really? Really? Because, yeah, okay, wait. I don't exactly trust Reginald. This is very public knowledge. But, and I understand maybe, oh, he's a coffin maker. He needs more clients. Blah, blah, blah.
I'm thinking that's exactly Twyla's thought. Because
But
remember, she suspects us because, oh, there's going to be more people in the cemetery.
Yeah, but that doesn't make sense.
Before we accepted helping her.
Right. Number one.
She said we were high on her list because then we would get more people for our cemetery.
Right. Rude. Number one, I don't think that makes sense in regards to motive because there's no guarantee that they're not going to get, like, cremated or something else, or maybe they're using a different coffin maker. I mean, I don't really know how that works, but I'm assuming you can go to multiple people. And I don't see Reginald murdering people for money. Right?
Yeah.
Or any serial killer for purely money.
Less so, but yeah.
I'm just saying, okay, if you were gonna murder people for money, wouldn't you go somewhere else? Like, if a serial killer, like a, what are those ladies? Black Widow? Or whatever?
Yeah.
They kill people for money, right? They get married and then kill their husbands.
Yeah.
But they're very careful, right? They specifically choose rich people or, like, people that they could take advantage of easily. Why would he just start randomly killing a bunch of random people in, like, a medium-sized town? I feel like that's really dangerous.
Especially when there's a large-sized town nearby.
Yeah. Not just in regards for he wants more clients. That doesn't, to me, doesn't make sense.
Yeah, once again, Twyla's weird.
Twyla is weird. Because that just seems like a really big jump. Just to be like, oh.
But Twyla makes big jumps.
Which is bad journalism.
Well, we don't know if she's a professional journalist.
Well, that's true. I don't know.
Or if she just does it.
I just feel like Reginald would be way too convenient as a serial killer. I mean, I could be wrong. Because I guess technically from now what we got last episode, he's killing old people. So I guess it wouldn't be, well, if it's Reginald. The killer is killing old people. So I guess it wouldn't be that suspicious. I don't know. We need more clues. I want to know what was in the refrigerator. Really? Yes, I'm almost confident he's up to something, even if not the murders. Okay, now that I could see. That I could say. Because he's suspicious. You would be smart to avoid him. Right. Well, let's go then. Huh? We're doing something after all? Well, I'm just going to do it myself. But since you're here, I might as well take you along too. Let's go. I'll tell you what I know along the way. Do you think she likes us?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Definitely finds us annoying, even if she does like us.
Right, but I'm telling you, she's that airplane.
Sunday?
Yeah.
Why is it an airplane?
Because I'm pretty sure in, like, some... I want to say it was, like, Undertale.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
It's an airplane.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Where are we going? Hardware store.
Undertale.
I don't know. That literally every single time I think of that word, an airplane pops into my head. I see it. Hardware store. Hardware store? Yeah. You see, back when we looked into the kitchen of the retirement home, I saw something. And I'm pretty sure... Hey! Was it Antifreeze! Antifreeze strikes again! I don't even remember in the first one why I thought it was antifreeze. Why I was talking about antifreeze. But somebody mentioned antifreeze, didn't they?
I mean, late in Crowan's one, we bought antifreeze with Reginald.
Right. Oh my gosh, maybe it is Reginald. Okay, let's keep watching. Huh? How'd you know that? Well, back when we were in the retirement home, I saw this trail of something I wasn't sure of. I said that! I'm pretty sure I said it was antifreeze, but I was meaning it as a joke. Play the clips! But it was like a trail. Oh, wait, Twilight hit me over the head again. Ow! Please stop doing that! Idiot, why didn't you tell me? I didn't have the chance. And, well, something else confirmed it for me, too. Yeah? Well, what was that? Well, how do I explain this to Twyla? Well, back at the cemetery, I think I spoke to Ed's ghost, the man who died. Oh, please, don't try to bring up a bunch of supernatural shit into this. I'm serious! I was in the house, his house. You broke in? No! It was like a ghost house! As I'm reading, and I'm saying it out loud. She's not gonna believe us. She's not gonna believe us.
We were in his ghost house.
We were in a ghost house, and I saw his ghost fridge. And apparently you keep antifreeze in the ghost fridge. It was like a ghost house. I don't know how to describe it. And he offered me food, but when I looked in his fridge, there was a gallon of antifreeze in there. At least, that's what it looked like from the way it was labeled. Was it antifreeze? Like a skull and crossbones. Right. I promise I'm not making it up.
Why would that be in the fridge?
That's what I was about. I don't want to interrupt the dialogue too much because I feel like I do that a lot. But yeah, why would that be in his fridge? Doesn't make if
it automatically comes stocked with the things you ate last.
I didn't think about that. That'd be weird. But I was like, how does that make sense? Because it's not like Ed poisoned himself. Because he got his food delivered by the nurses. You know.
Does it? Yeah. Does the afterlife come stocked?
That would kind of suck.
Meal?
What if you hated something but you ate it last? Okay, this afterlife isn't as fun as I originally thought.
Maybe that's why they give people
grocery stores or
no.
Wait. The last meals
Yeah.
before death sentences. Oh no. Okay. Sure, whatever. By any means, you know what we're looking for. Back when we were in the retirement home, I saw a nearly empty gallon of something magenta-like, with the majority of its label scratched off. I took a sample of it. Anyway, analysis showed that it was some type of antifreeze.
Magenta.
Analysis? You took a sample. Which one am I more curious about?
Usually I associate like either green or blue with antifreeze, not magenta.
I associate blue because I'm pretty sure the one that we get for our cars is blue. Yeah. And analysis, or you took a sample? I feel like I'm more surprised with analysis.
Or am I confusing it with wiper fluid?
Oh, that could totally be it. I don't pay attention to cars. Which one?
I don't know. The analysis part is less to me because of the fact that she's rich. Of course, she could send it to some lab or whatever.
So you took a sample?
Or have access to a lab.
I don't understand what either question of these is going to result in, basically. You know what I mean? Like, why does it matter? It's Twyla. I'm not surprised. The only thing is, if you took a sample, why not just grab the bottle, I guess? But maybe she didn't have time.
She said she saw the sample in the kitchen. She saw the bottle in the kitchen, and Mary didn't let her go in the kitchen, remember?
Oh yeah.
Because we were worried we'd get caught.
Right. I don't know which one's the right one. You took a sample, you think? Okay.
It's up to you.
You took a sample? Question mark. You went back to the kitchen? Oh, don't try to start an argument. I did what I had to do. So she did go back, so she could have grabbed the bottle. And it helped us, didn't it? Because now we know it was some type of antifreeze. Some type? It's close enough. Is right. I don't know, like, first of all, what kind of, maybe I should have gone with analyze, because it's like, okay, are you analyzing it, or is it a lab? But
maybe we should have picked analysis.
I don't know. It must be some new brand or some bullshit. I don't know. That's not the important part. When I looked further into it, I discovered whatever brand that was. It was completely different than the kind used by the retirement home in their vehicles. Did she take samples? Okay. That means someone else had to bring that antifreeze. Well, I mean, if it was in the kitchen, I feel like it's pretty obvious that somebody brought it. Because why would you store it in the kitchen? It makes no sense. Which most likely means it was brought in for the express purpose of hurting somebody. I was able to go around the hardware stores and auto shops and ask the workers what they know about antifreeze. Just some random girl. Tell me what you know about antifreeze. And this kind...
It wouldn't be that suspicious at an auto store, I suppose.
I guess how she phrased it, it's Twyla. Is she straight up being like, which one would be the best one to murder somebody? Or like, what are the, like, health issues that can arise from these? Like, it totally just depends on how she's asking the question. If we were really lucky, maybe we could even find out who's been purchasing it. You think that'll work? What if whoever was using it ordered it online? I doubt it. Because if the butcher really is using antifreeze, then they're probably out buying it and paying for it with cash. It's much easier to track a digital footprint. Even if it wasn't, it wouldn't look good when the authorities finally realize the murder weapon and discover you've been having it shipped to your house for the past few weeks. And even if not, it's at least worth looking into what kind it is. I never thought of it like that.
Except for, how did
We're almost there.
Uncle die?
I don't want to interrupt the dialogue with my thoughts too much. I don't know if it really matters, to be honest. But, yeah, I get, Ed is 100% suspicious, definitely poisoned. But it's not like the killer has been going around poisoning people. Like, at least I don't think so. Because then, yeah, how do you explain my uncle and the wife, his wife?
Or potentially Theo on the one round.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll start talking to the employees and see if they can provide me with any information. You go and look at all the antifreeze and see if you can find any that looks like this. Twilight showed me a ripped part of the label as well as a liquid sample in a small jar. The liquid looks similar to the kind that was stained on the floor.
He's carrying it around.
Except it looked much more magenta here. The label was black with a magenta-ish purple stripe on it. It looked like there was a part of a letter on it, but it was too cut off to know which letter it could have been. It felt weird.
I don't know. You can get...
What was this label made of? It just felt like old paper. Okay.
You can get a lot of letters from just a scrap of the letter.
When we got inside the local hardware store, Twyla practically pushed me into the outdoor sections. She went off to find someone to talk to. I guess it was my job to look for any potential candidates. I don't understand what is the purpose of finding this antifreeze.
Because she thinks then we can ask who buys this antifreeze.
But again, how big is our town? I mean, I know detectives do that. Like, I've watched on, like, 48 Hours. But that's surveillance video. You know, it's not like an employee is going to be like, unless this is a small town, they're not going to be like, oh, Mr. Smith from down the lane.
Like I said, this seems to be somewhere between a small town, but not...
Right.
It's larger... It's large enough people consider it a small town, but big enough that people who are in the more rural setting consider it a city.
I don't know. I'm just saying if it's anything like where we live, which is like a kind of medium-ish.
Yeah.
I don't know, people. I don't work at a hardware store, but I don't think... I mean, I guess if she's acting under the idea that they're coming in and buying multiple of it, maybe. But even then, I feel like majority of employees wouldn't pay attention. They'd just be like, oh, I don't know. Where should I look? The car section. Bottom shelves, middle shelves, top shelves. It's a liquid. So, I feel like it would be lower on the shelf, wouldn't it? But then again, cleaning supplies line the whole shelf.
I would say middle, because you usually want to avoid...
You don't want it dripping on stuff.
Yeah, it's a liquid, so you
Poisonous.
don't want it to be up at the top, usually. But you also don't want it to be low enough that a kid might take it.
Good point.
Because it's a dangerous material.
Right. All right, middle. There's some snow stuff here. Snow stuff. Gloves, shovels, antifreeze! Though, none of these look like the bottle I'm looking for. There's a lot of blue and green and some pink, but nothing with this purpley magenta color. Let's see, blue and green. Yeah. Maybe we're going off track. It has to be here. I mean, will it just give me the options of top or bottom then? If I say it has to be here. I feel like I should keep looking.
Alright.
Okay. There is definitely something going on with that antifreeze. Somehow... Oh, somewhere it has to have it. Or at least some worker who knows what we're talking about.
This is a mixture of different kinds.
But even if we find it, what would it be?
You took like a pink and a blue?
Maybe. But the label... It had a specific label. Oh, unless they... She said it felt like old paper, so maybe it's not like a label. Maybe it's a homemade label, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That or it's an old brand that nobody carries anymore.
That, too, possibly. But if we find it...
Which would also explain why it doesn't taste.
Because normally nowadays, don't they put in a chemical so that you can't poison people very easily?
They put that stuff that makes it super bitter.
Yeah.
The thing they put
switch.
on Nintendo. Yeah. So then it makes you want to...
Yeah. Does that really mean that we can find who's buying it? I hate how it's silent right now, too. Top?
I would say, yeah.
They're too high for me to see, unfortunately. Oh, come on. One of those roller stair things was in the aisle, though. I thought about climbing it, but I was worried I might get in trouble. I guess I'll have to wait for an employee to come by and help me. Bottom! Nothing down here but bags of soil and fertilizer. It smells bad. Well, it's fertilizer. I looked hard, but I couldn't find anything. Twyla and I had tried out a few different stores, but no one seemed to have what we were looking for. Anything that was purple wasn't antifreeze, and anything that was antifreeze wasn't purple. Even when we asked the employees, they didn't seem to know what we were talking about. Even showing them the label, they would say that they've never seen antifreeze or coolant packaging like that in their lives. Our efforts seem fruitless. Can we not do like a reverse Google search or something? So eventually we just gave up. At least for the day, that is. Twilight didn't even offer me a ride home or anything. She seemed really fed up. I guess I could see why. I just ended up heading back home after that. We spent a while out together, and it wasn't as if I could do much more today. The day was pretty exhausting anyways. So I went home to do all the usual evening things, and the night proceeded as normal. I was worried for a minute. I was like, is there supposed to be music in the background? Just real quick, let's think about I feel like it's either they're ordering it or it's totally they're creating it, like you pointed out. And
I'm leaning more towards it being an old brand that they just have a bunch of.
But where would you get that from?
What I'm saying is that they would have it.
So does that mean we're looking for someone who's older?
Maybe.
That's the other thing, is I have no suspects. There's no one suspicious except for, I guess, Twyla's uncle. And that's only because she said he's weird. And then Reginald, because it's Reginald.
But he buys antifreeze.
He does. Why would he need antifreeze?
Cars?
Does he have a car?
Yes. He picked us up in the rain, remember?
That's true, dang. Because I was about to be like, coffins don't need antifreeze. But that's right, he has a car.
Also, we helped him work on his car in the crowing route.
I don't know, though. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't have enough information to even, like, guess. Anyway, can I ask you a strange question? Are you there? Where are you?
I'm here. What is your question? Or was?
Have you been to a hardware store recently? Do you believe in ghosts? I want to ask both these questions! Okay. Have you been to a hardware store recently? I feel like is really random. And I feel like you might just be like, what are you talking about? But then, do you believe in ghosts? I feel like isn't gonna necessarily aid me in any clues. I think, if anything, it will just tell me what he believes afterlife-wise.
I am a ghost.
Who can text? Is that allowed?
I
don't know either. Apparently they can make phone calls. That's what Scary Movies told me. I don't know. What do you think? I really feel like have you been to a hardware store recently isn't going to necessarily get me anywhere.
Except for, so we're pretty sure he's not the butcher.
Yeah.
Right?
I think so. I don't know if Mary thinks so, but I think so.
Yeah. So, if we do the hardware store, he does seem to give us hints about possible things about the killer. So Mary might bring up the antifreeze thing, which then might give us a clue.
If he gives us information, I feel like it'll be more useful than asking him about ghosts.
Yeah.
Ghosts, again, I feel like it's just gonna get, like, I don't know if philosophical is the correct word, but, like, basically philosophical. Okay, I'll go with the hardware store. And I don't know if I need to explain why I don't think he's the killer, but I just feel like he's not the killer because why would he be, like, protecting my parents if he was the killer? And Mary. Yeah, because I really don't think he's gonna kill her.
Yeah, he's protecting our family or something.
For some reason.
Or at least our immediate family.
Yeah.
Not necessarily Crowan's parents, because they're dead.
Yeah. Kind of cousin. No, they are his. They're my brother's uncle or my dad's brother. Words. Yeah.
Exactly alike, except for Crowan's.
Okay.
A bit buffer.
All right, let's go with. Have you been to a hardware store recently? And see if we get any information on this.
That's a strange question.
That's what I said. That's what I said he would say.
Why do you ask?
Can you just answer it, please?
I have not. I don't really see why that's important. Did something happen?
Yes. No, I was just curious, that's all.
Okay, so she does think he's the butcher.
I don't know if she thinks he's the butcher.
It's because she's dodging the question.
Yeah.
So she clearly is like,
I feel like she is pretty sure it's not him, but she just doesn't know who she can trust. But if you haven't, then it doesn't matter.
If you say so. Good night, Mary.
I can't tell if that was a good decision or not. Hopefully it was. But if anything, then at least maybe if she does think it's him, she's starting to not. Yeah. It's been a few days since then. More than a few. Things have been very quiet. I stayed home, I go out, but nothing new or interesting has really happened. I don't hear a lot from Twilight anymore. Does this mean we're close or no?
This was like halfway.
Okay. I want to message her
At least on Crowan.
sometimes, but I'm afraid that she's mad at me. Or something like that. I haven't been a lot of help to her, and when I try, well, I just mess it up, I guess. Maybe it'd be better if she didn't ask for my help. We can talk to dead people, Mary. We could help her so much. We just need to convince her that we can talk to dead people.
She's gonna come in. Well, remember, this is when Crowan came in because Theo died.
Is somebody gonna die? Maybe. Well, Ed already died.
I was gonna say maybe her uncle?
Well, maybe it'd be better if she didn't ask for my help. It's not like I know how any of this works. She doesn't either. Let's be honest. It does not seem like Twilight knows what she's doing at all. Maybe she should have just interviewed me and been done with it. Then she wouldn't have to get frustrated with me all the time. Crowan's gone out today. Even with all this rain.
Or is Theo gonna die still, I wonder?
I guess he just really hates staying home. I mean, maybe I'd be out too if I had somewhere to go. As much as I love the cemetery and walking around in the muddy shoes is less than ideal.
You not have any rain boots?
Apparently not. Which is surprising because, you know, I live in a cabin. I would assume that it would be, like, muddy a lot. I can handle it for a little while, but not as long as I like to stay.
Couldn't find any that fits her aesthetic.
Yeah, I was literally about to say that. I was like, she clearly likes, what are those types of shoes? Are they called Mary Janes or something?
Something like that.
Or creepers or something like that. There's a library and all too, but I still have books here, and it's not really worth getting soaking wet for. The cemetery. I keep thinking of that dream I had there. I had to have just been imagining it, right? There's no way that was really Ed's ghost. Unless it was? I feel like that's a reasonable response. Because, A, she's never talked to ghosts before. And she did fall asleep. So, it would be kind of weird.
Well, yeah, I mean, that was the whole, this was the whole thing. That was the first time with Sunny, and then we went to the violin lady to try again to make sure.
I'm just saying, what would you do if you had a dream? You would assume that it was a dream, right?
Yeah,
or if you fell asleep and then talked to a dead person. I don't know, though. Actually, a lot of people have that happen where they're like, my dead loved one visited me in a dream. You know? Yeah. It's almost like the book I read. That talked about how ghosts were on a different plane. Is that the kind of plane that it was talking about? But if so, how come more people don't see ghosts in their dreams?
They didn't read the book.
They didn't read the book. Knowledge is power.
You have to read the instruction manual.
Apparently. Though it didn't specifically tell me how to do it. It was just like, oh, that would be cool, wouldn't it? And Mary was like, yes. And then all of a sudden I could talk to dead people. Maybe they do, but they just don't realize it? If I'm seeing ghosts in my dreams, does that mean my dreams with Mom and Dad mean... I wasn't able to consider that possibility much longer before my phone buzzed with a text message. It was Twyla. Hey. Hi! It's been a while. Is everything okay? No. Oh. Oh? Why not? Because we haven't found... Wait. Because we haven't found fucking shit. That's why not. She seemed as usual. Have you been able to find that antifreeze? No. Even looking online, I can't find anything similar. I'm beginning to wonder if it's even antifreeze after all. How do you mean? I know that we think it is, and even if my analysis showed that it was the same, I don't know. Something isn't adding up. Do you have any idea of who it might be, at least? I do, actually. But I don't have enough evidence to go off and prove that it is him. Him?
Probably Reginald.
Reginald... Tira?
Tetra.
Tetra, thank you. Wait, really?
Means 4.
Tetra. Tetrahedron.
Mm.
Yeah, math. I know you said that he was a suspect earlier, but... Okay, wait, no, let's let the dialogue play. I don't know. He always seemed pretty nice whenever I talk to him. Of course he does. If you were a killer, would you act outwardly suspicious? That's what I always say. When people are like, oh, he's so nice. Or, oh, they're so nice. It's like, no, duh. What, are you gonna just walk around and advertise into the world? He's probably only nice so that you don't suspect him of doing anything wrong. Still, what gives you the idea that it's him? Do you remember how I said I worked in the library for a little while? I do. Well, I remember he would always try to hide or cover the books he was reading, as if he never wanted anyone to know. But once I was able to catch sight of one of those books before he put it back on the shelves. It was about poisons. That is a little weird, but like, at the same time, it's not that weird, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because like, some people are just curious about random things.
Also, some people worry about things.
That's true, too. And he likes mystery novels.
Yeah.
So, like, it wouldn't be that odd for him to necessarily, like, look into that. Like, obviously, for us, we'd just Google it. We'd be like, you know, I was thinking the other day. But, like, for some reason, it seems like Reginald isn't a Google kind of a guy.
He's not a very techie person.
Mm-mm. I didn't think too much of it at the time. It was a while ago, before this all started. But it stuck out to me, especially considering he was always so secretive about what he was reading. It seemed very relevant now, doesn't it? You think he's been referencing that book? That he's poisoning people? It's a high possibility. No, I don't know. At the very least, it's the only lead that I have right now. Which brings me to believe it's him. I've never trusted that man. The only thing I have is no other proof. And I don't think I can get closer to him without appearing suspicious myself. Okay, so she wants me to go and befriend Reginald so that I can get proof for her so that she can prove that it's him. Because she doesn't have any other suspect. So it has to be him. That's not how detectiving works. Okay, what if it isn't him? You bring up a good point. I'm trying to get on Twyla's good side, so I feel like I should go with you have a good point. But at the same time, what if it isn't him? What do you think I should do?
I do feel like Mary would say...
What if it isn't him?
Yeah.
If we get a bad ending, we get a bad ending. What if it isn't him?
Fraud size is still funny.
What if we spent so much time on Reginald that the real butcher gets away? I doubt it. I know a lot about people in this town, but no one has ever struck me with more suspicion than Reginald Tetra. I also find him suspicious, but I have a legit reason. I think, though, if we're going to set our sights on any suspect, it should be him. She seems so certain of it, but she's giving me no real reason to suspect him. Besides, he's so friendly and sociable. He's been so nice to me every time that I met him. I don't want to think that he would do something like that. Well then, Twy, if you're so certain it's him, why don't you contact the police? I'm sure that they'll look into it if they find something. The police are a bunch of fucking idiots, full of scummy fucking people. We've been over this. Even if that's the case, I don't want to be involved in any investigation of theirs. Can't you just send in an anonymous report or something? Do you really think that any of those reports actually stay anonymous? Do you realize how easy it is to get information, Mary? Even just texting this over the phone with you makes me concerned. If anyone sees these texts and knows that what we're doing, it could be a lot of trouble. And that's why I didn't want to do this. Wait, that's why I want to get this over with as quickly as possible.
Why aren't you calling?
I know. And the quickest way to do that is to decide on who's responsible and then out them. Just like that? Is she so certain it's him that she's willing to accuse him just on a whim? If we can prove that Reginald has been purchasing large amounts of antifreeze, and then at least maybe we'll have a bit of evidence to go on. And you'll turn that into the authorities? Because, I mean, they'll have to get involved at one point, right? Eventually. But that's for me to worry about. I just need more clear indicator pointing towards him, and I'll be all set. It's just frustrating, knowing the proof I'm looking for is so close, yet out of reach. You don't like it?
She seems to be
Tunnel
implying...
vision? Oh.
No, she seems to be implying that she's going to try to do mob justice as opposed to going through the police.
Which is weird. Was she going to post, like, an article? Hey, this is gonna sound really weird, but I have an idea that might help, actually. Really? Yeah! It's like, maybe... Okay, so, if you can, I want you to collect a list of people you think might have been killed by the butcher. And bring it to the cemetery tomorrow. I don't know if it'll work, but if it helps even a little, it's worth a shot, I think. Mary... What the ever-loving fuck are you talking about?
That's weird.
That is a weird one. It was kind of fun, though. It's hard to explain, but trust me. I think I can make it work. Can you make it work? Whatever you're planning, it sounds stupid. Okay, miss, I'm gonna target this one guy because I saw him reading a book. But fine.
Years ago.
Years ago! I'll be here tomorrow morning, but I have a meeting in the afternoon. Oh, a meeting. So it better be quick. And it better be helpful. If everything goes how I'm hoping it will, then it should be. You can't see it, but I'm sighing. Very well. See you tomorrow. Yes, you too.
You could text sigh.
Yeah, you could. Or, oh, look, they have sighing emojis now. I use it. If this ghost thing is real, then I should be able to talk to one of them, too, right? Ed's dream proved stuff in the real world for me, so maybe that'll be the same here. And since they were there, they can tell me exactly what happened. That'd prove it, right? I mean, no, because, again, you would be a psychic or whatever, medium, I don't know the proper term, I'm sorry. But talking to a dead person, that's not enough proof. You then have to go get actual physical proof. But it's a step. I really don't like Twyla right now. Like, originally I was like, woo, we're gonna be detectives. But she's starting to make me feel less of a detective and more like, I don't know.
Annoying true crime
Yeah.
armchair detective.
Yeah.
Fangirl type
Yeah. All of that. Because it's like, she's not even really entertaining the idea of it's somebody else. You know? At least it doesn't seem like she is.
She's not doing a Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway.
Use evidence to...
And she's doing the reverse of, like, what is it? Innocent until proven guilty? Yeah. She's like, no, you're guilty unless something else comes up. And that's dangerous. Twyla met me by the cemetery like we had agreed. She was tapping her foot impatiently in front of the gate. It took you long enough to get here. My bus runs on a schedule. I'm sorry. Don't be sorry, Mary. I don't like Twyla right now.
We don't have a chauffeur.
Yeah, I'm sorry we're not rich, Twyla. She had the list in hand like we agreed. Walking into the cemetery, we looked for the people that were on her list. The people who died shortly around the time the rumors of the killer came to be. After a bit of walking, we managed to find two of the people on the list right next to each other. Are they husband and wife? Or something? Alright, we found them. Now what? Are you going to tell me what your idea was already? Sorry. Oh, right. So, remember when you saw me and Reginald in the cemetery together? Yeah. Well, that's because he found me asleep on one of the graves. I don't like how quiet it's been. Is that bothering you? Because it's bothering me.
A little bit.
Yeah, where's the background music?
Like, did we accidentally
unplug something?
How much longer do you want to...
Do we normally go an hour and a half or only an hour?
I don't remember.
I think it's only an hour. Just a little bit. Let's just get to me laying on somebody's dead grave.
The grave is always dead.
I guess that's true. Okay. Wow, just when I thought you couldn't try to get any harder to be goth.
Couldn't try any harder to be goth.
Okay. Huh? I don't think that Mary identifies with the goth scene, does she? Self-proclaimed goth? Do you proclaim that? I don't know how it works. Continue.
Maybe, because I had a lot of friends who were like, I'm goth.
Maybe. I don't know. I've never announced my aesthetic. I've never thought that, do you have to announce your aesthetic? I thought it was kind of something someone gave you, like, oh, your aesthetic is so blah blah blah. Yeah. I don't know. Or maybe it's a difference. It's a lifestyle. Anyway. So when I was asleep, that's when I talked to Ed. That's how I knew about the antifreeze, remember? So maybe if I sleep on their graves like I did Ed, maybe I can talk to them too, and they can tell me what happened. Oh, for the love of... Come on, at least let me try it. Even if it's just a weird premonition or something. Maybe it'll offer us some insight. You dragged me out here for this. All you gotta do is make sure nobody tries to wake me up or kill me, okay? It's pretty easy. I'm trying to take this seriously, Mary. I don't have the time for stupid fucking shit like this. Okay, 1, you don't need to swear. Number 2, you're not that great either. I'm being serious. Please, at least give me a chance. Fine. You have 30 minutes. I can't fall asleep that fast. So choose one of them. I'm waking you up and then it's over. Okay, I can do that. Twyla wants me to choose one person to talk to. I guess I could always talk to the others when she's gone, but I need the person I choose to be enough to convince her that I'm not just playing around. There's a boy and a girl here. I don't know exactly the circumstances of their deaths, so I guess I just have to go with my gut instinct. So I just have a 50-50 chance? Who should I go with? Well, you know what? Look at the time. I guess it's time to save. Does that sound good? Future Kendra's gonna hate me. It's fine. Save. Anyway, so that's where we're stopping here for today. I don't know if we kind of learned some things at least, but yet at the same time, I feel like we learned nothing.
Contradicts other things that we knew from the other route,
Yeah,
in which case are the routes separate?
I don't even know. I'm also wondering at this point, is there multiple people killing people?
Yeah.
That's honestly kind of what I've been thinking. Because I don't think that would necessarily be that uncommon, I guess. But just because there's like, I don't know, the differences between the deaths, there's some kind of weird almost like background, I don't want to say cult, but like underground society or something that almost seems to be at play too.
I know, because
my parents,
yeah,
and then the police are being kind of weird.
The mystery
Batman
number guy,
yeah,
is all like, you don't know what your parents are get up to.
Yeah, so I'm almost like, is there a weird like society thing and they're killing each other, and then there's also a serial killer, or there are multiple serial killers, or is this like some kind of spy thing? But then why would they kill Ed? Ed did not seem like a spy. I don't know. So many questions. I'm having a lot of fun, don't get me wrong. But my brain is just like, I need more information. But anyway, I hope you guys are enjoying this. If so, we play Cemetery Mary every Friday. If you missed an episode or want to go back and watch Crone's Route, you can find that on our YouTube channel. We play Kirby on Mondays and Pokemon on Wednesdays. So if you like watching us, you can always come and join us then. But I think that's it. Yeah. So I hope to see you guys either Monday, Wednesday, or next Friday. And until then, bye-bye!